welcome to the broadcast with Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is Season 4, Episode 4. It was supposed to be Season 4, Episode 5, but I didn't have the bloopers out in time because San Diego was amazing, but I didn't get to work on them on the plane because I had to carry Alex, a very squirmy Alex, for 7.5 hours in my arms because we got stuck on the plane on our layover, the same plane. Oof. And so it wasn't terrible. Like, it wasn't nearly, like, I wouldn't even put it in the top 10 or top 20 bad travel experiences, but
that's good.
We flew Southwest out there, and that was when I was going to work on it. And last year we flew Southwest out there, and it was the same flight. And both flights, I didn't have to hold him. There were extra seats, and, you know, he was in the car seat. And I kind of was like, well, I've got 2 flights, so maybe at least one of them I can work on it. And both flights were completely full. Our layover was in Atlanta. And
I love me, near and dear to my heart. It's like my second home, the Atlanta airport.
So it was in Atlanta, and then we didn't get off the plane, though. So it was supposed to be a very quick turnaround, and I picked that flight because it was a quick turnaround, and there was no pushing, you know, strollers and a million things through an airport, and we would have only been on the plane in between for however long it took to deboard, like 40 minutes or something. And we've done things like that before, so you know, I figured they could walk around while they were cleaning and it'd be fine. Well, that all was great, except they went to refuel and I guess they put too much gasoline in and it spilled out. And then we had to wait like an hour and a half on the plane for them to clean up the spill, which was wonderful and not wonderful at the same time. And I knew it was going to be bad when they came out. The flight attendants came through the aisles and were giving out snacks to all the kids.
Oh dear, that's a telltale sign. We're gonna be here for a minute.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long time.
Get comfy, people.
Exactly. So anyway, whatever. We ended up being on the plane for like 7.5 hours, and we landed at. Anyway, it's not a big deal. Everyone was just antsy by the end, so I didn't get to work on it then. I actually did stay in 2 of the nights that everybody else went out to like party, dinner and drink and all that. And I stayed in with my children because I was like, no, I have a responsibility to get this broadcast out. And I just was too slow.
It's okay. You're out living your life. You're allowed. You're entitled to have a life. The bloopers will come when they come and they will be great. And everything will be wonderful.
Here's what I decided to do. To make a long story short here, because I've already lost everybody's interest. And that is on Monday, July 29th, in honor of Jay and my lucky 13th dating anniversary. I will put the bloopers out then.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God. It's been that long. I should have got you guys flowers or something.
Well, I think, is it 12 or 13? I'm very confused because it's my.
It might be, no, wait.
3rd or 4th birthday.
It was
because it marks the amount of time that I've lived in the city. And that, yes, it would be.
You know 12. Why? Because I've been very confused because it was my 12th Comic-Con, but it should have been my 13th because I missed the year with Zach because I count number 1. Yes. So, okay. So in honor of our 12th dating anniversary, I will post this on Monday the 29th. There we go. That's a thing. It's going to happen. I've committed myself. I've got nothing but time or something like that. So, yes. Stay tuned for that again. I apologize.
I gained a cat. Just FYI.
I know. I saw her. Hi, baby girl.
She's been real cute. Aww.
I could hear her yapping away.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, Captain did the funniest thing today. So my wonderful friend Megan sent us a package today. So when Daniel and I happened to meet up in the neighborhood when we got off the subway, and we picked up our laundry mail on the way upstairs, and there was like a little package, and we put it down on the table with like our takeout food, and the cat was like freaking out. Like, I gave him his food because that's usually why he freaks out when you walk in the door.
Right.
And like didn't want his food. He wanted like whatever was on the table. So I'm like, no, you can't have my food. Like, you have your own. Until I realized, like, I picked up the package to go open it, and he started following me. So I'm like, what is in this package? package.
Oh no.
So I open it and it's 2 catnip toys.
Also, that's what she
And
said.
he could smell it through the plastic. And then he promptly went to town rubbing his face. It's like a catnip rainbow and a catnip carrot.
Nice.
They're really great. I took a video. I'll post it on
Nice.
the Instagram because it really I was having a very bad day and it just made all those feelings go away.
Good.
I was just
sorry.
wasn't even that bad of a day. I'm like pity partying for one. It was just very busy. Busy, bad are separate things.
Fair.
Busy is good because it means like you have a job. So
True.
Very true.
it's fine.
Very
So everything's
true.
fine. Everything's fine. The cat has a catnip rainbow. What could be wrong with the world?
Did you have a good birthday at least? Because
Yes.
the last time we recorded, it was before your birthday.
That felt like
Yeah.
a long time ago. We didn't really celebrate this year. Like we went out to dinner and then we went down to Atlanta for Daniel's brother also has the same
Daniel's
birthday.
brother's birthday.
It was Daniel's brother's birthday. He was turning 40. That's the bigger birthday. So we went down to Atlanta and like we went to his wife planned this party. It's like this rooftop, like old timey arcade in Atlanta, like on the roof of like this old like Sears Roebuck's like distribution facility. So it's just
Cool.
like this big old like historically preserved building that they've like made into this like fun zone. It's got like restaurants and shopping, and then you take this like old timey elevator all the way to the roof, and it's got like these cool bars and like a big giant slide and like all those like old timey like break the plate and skee ball and like this like horse game where you've got to like throw the ball and try and get it in the hole, and it was really fun. So like it wasn't for us, but it was like kind of like our birthday.
Sort of for you.
Yeah, it was
in a
like
way.
birthday adjacent. So it was
Exactly.
lovely. It was really nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Shandy, what
Very
have you been up
cool.
to over the last 2 weeks?
Not a whole hell of a lot. I was actually sick for most of last week.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, but not like deathly sick, which, like is a good thing, all things considered. But it was just weird because it was like, I would like go to work because I think that I would be okay, but then I would feel like crap and like come home halfway through the day. And then the next day I'd be like, I feel better now. And like sort of same thing. And then I'd stay home for like a full day and then be like, okay, now I'm really good to go. And then I just wasn't. And then I made it to Friday and I went to work on Friday with that same feeling in the morning of like, yeah, I'm good now. I'm totally fine. And then Saturday morning came around. Mind you, on Friday night, I was like, I should probably like play it cool and just like stay home and rest because I haven't been feeling well, which I did. And then woke up on Saturday just like feeling terrible and was sick like the whole weekend. And then anyway, officially feeling better now for like a couple days in a row. So it's like official for real.
Awesome.
Good.
But that's kind of what I've been up to. My sister-in-law came after we recorded last time, and that was before I got sick. So we spent a weekend with them, and then they went on like this road trip of California. They went to Yosemite, they went to Sequoia, they went for a real hot minute to Death Valley, and then they just spent some time in LA, and then they just got back earlier today, like half an hour ago, and they're staying here for a little while, and then they're going up to San Francisco. So that's the other thing that's been going on at the same time. And then I've just been kind of like counting down the days to my vacation, like checking off, like all the things that I have to finish at work. Yeah, that's about it.
Woohoo!
Awesome.
So, speaking of your vacation, here's another reminder to everybody that next week we have a really freaking busy week of podcasting because we are stocking up before Shandy goes on vacation. And I believe you're gone August 1st through the 30th?
Through the 20th. I wish through the 30th.
20th. Sorry,
my
first
God.
through the 20th. I know this because
taking a sabbatical.
Eventually, someday I will take an entire month off. That sounds wonderful.
I would like to take a month off from everything.
Oh,
I know this because I have it all written in my notebook. I don't remember
Yes.
oh, hey.
So next week we have a little bit of a busy like final push before we are off for 3 weeks, and the bloopers will be on Monday now. We will be recording possibly a Big Little Lies finale thingy with some other podcasters also, which may or may not happen just because of time constraints for us, which is totally fine. If not, we will be recording something when we get back. So look for that sometime in the end of August. If it is not at the end of July or the start of August, then on Tuesday, July 30th, we are going to be recording a doubleheader broadcast episode. That will be, so episode 4.6 will be an interview with Natalie and Parker from In the Dark. Yeah. So if you have not listened to season 1 or season 2 yet, please get on that. I'm almost done with my season 1 re-listen.
Oh, dude.
And
they're so good. It's so good.
I did not listen to it before. It was so good.
I just binged the shit out of that. Like,
yes, it is. Jay and I listened to the entire season 1 when we drove to Charleston for New Year's 2017, like on New Year's Eve 2016 into 2017, and we listened to it, almost finished it the way there, and then we, I guess, finished it on the way back. We were like super into it. It was a great, really happy way to start 2017.
Yeah, really on a positive note.
16 sucks so much. Let's listen to a podcast about a dead kid and terrible law enforcement.
The mother, though, I'm so impressed by her. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the moral of the story here is please listen to season 1 and season 2, and we would love to hear. I've been jotting down questions as I've been listening, but we've always been a very listener feedback heavy podcast, and I can't imagine talking to them without getting feedback from the people that listen to this show. So please let us know if you've got any questions. You know where to find us at this point, but you can email us, thebroadcasters3@gmail.com. You can give us a call, 331-276-2373. Although I think for that show, it will be easier for us logistically if it's just email or Facebook comments only. That's probably a little bit easier than...
Just in case.
In case. Honestly, I don't want to embarrass myself trying to play voicemails for them. If I've been on a really, really great streak with voicemails, like it's been lately where there's been times before we started that I can't get Shandy, Amanda, and I to hear each other, but I can get everyone to hear the voicemails. But next week will be the week that doesn't work. Just maybe we'll just do email or Facebook message or whatever. However you want to get us the feedback early, only that way. That would be great. And then we will also record a regular episode after that, and that will be 4.7. So then the recording schedule for that will be Friday, August 2nd will be the In the Dark one, and the 9th will be episode 2.7. We'll have the week off for the 16th, unless for some reason the bloopers don't come out on Monday the 29th, in which case we'll be celebrating Jay and my 12-year and 3-week anniversary on the 16th. But let's just shoot for that week. We'll probably just take off. And then, of course, we'll be back to our regular recording schedule for August 23rd. So, yay. And at some point, I think we're going to have to do maybe the patrons, the $5 level bonus episode at some point mixed within all that. I don't know. We'll workshop it. I'll try to do another 3 minutes of extra clips.
I mean, seriously, people, what more do you want?
Yes, exactly.
You just give and give and give.
Give and give. Thank you to the patrons. If you'd like to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/JayandJack, or you can click on go to jayandjack.com and click on the Become a Patrons link at the top of the page. And also, speaking of the patrons, this show is live for the Hangout level patrons. And we would love for you to become a Hangout level patron and join us once a month as we're live. I don't know. The next time we're live might literally be the next time that we record.
That's true.
Nice.
That's true.
So it'll either be on August 21st or 28th. So stay tuned for that.
It'll be fun. It'll be real fun. I will sausagey.
I will send out emails. Yeah, right.
This is a sausage heavy beginning to the episode.
Yeah. A sausage heavy episode title consideration. Let me write it down. No, I can't do that. That just has connotations that there's lots of dudes on this episode, and I can't have that.
Yeah.
But
don't worry, we'll come up with something better.
We'll
we
come
always
up with
do.
something
We
better.
always do.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so cool. Thanks out there, everybody in the chat that's listening right now. Because, man, like they just pointed out, this has been a saucy, heavy episode. A saucy episode.
A saucy episode.
Sausage and
Maybe
sausage.
it's like a,
You can't.
I don't know,
Yeah.
like a tofu dog or a tuna sausage.
Dog. I don't know. Okay.
I don't know. This is terrible. Forget I said anything. That's real bad,
okay.
guys. That's real
We'll
bad.
put it in the bonus episode for July.
Or we could just light it on fire and pretend I never said anything.
Oh, no. Now it's definitely going. Hey, also, speaking of, you know what's great about recording in my kitchen? I'm so much closer to my refrigerator that we don't even have to take a tea break.
That is nice.
If I just disappear, that's why.
Balls and beer to be had.
Oh, God, I need a cheese break.
Yeah.
I also bought horseradish cheddar because I love horseradish cheddar.
Yes.
Alexander Glatfelter also loves horseradish cheddar.
Mm.
Interesting.
He loves it. When I took him there, I was debating between just getting like a quarter of a pound for me or a half a pound that we could split. So when she gave us, and I swear to God, this was 7:30 in the morning, right? That we were there because we had been up since fucking 8 o'clock. No, 8 our time. So since 5 Pacific time. This was the morning after we got there on Sunday morning. We'd been up since 5, and at like 7, I was like, all right, we're walking to Ralph's. Everybody put their clothes on, sneakers on. I don't care. We're getting out of this room. It's been a long time. So I ended up getting the half pound because we gave him the sample that they gave you, and he loved it. So yay. Oh my God. Also, now maybe if I tell this story, I have to keep this clip in. So while we're in Ralph's, Zach has to go poop. And no, this is actually funny, I swear. Jay is like, I'll take him. And I was like, cool, dude. Cool story, bro. So Jay takes him, and then like 2 minutes later, they come back out, and Jay was like, somebody else is in there also dropping a deuce. And it's one stall. It's because I guess it was one stall and like one urinal in there because the ladies' room was just 2 stalls. So it must have just been, small bathrooms. And he's like, we can't use that. You're going to have to take him in. And I was like, okay, sure. No problem. Whatever. Like, I'll take him in. It's fine. I take him in, and somebody else is clearly also in the ladies' room going number 2. And Zachary gets down his hands and knees and goes, Mommy, someone else is pooping in here too. And I was like, get up right now. Like, he didn't really look under, but he was starting to. And
also, like, germs, don't be on the floor.
That was like, boundaries, stop it, get up. So like I yank him up, and I was like, you don't know that. Girl, sit down to P2. Go in there. And but the telling sign was whatever woman was in the stall next to us did not come out until after we left. So she waited for Zach to poop and then get his butt wiped 100 times and then wash his hands and take, 15 paper towels. Oh, so yes, he called some woman out for pooping in Ralph's. But then I got out and I told Jay the story, and he started laughing and goes, well, that's really funny because with the men's, we know that guy was taking a dump because he was letting it rip so badly. And Zach also was like, he must have to poop too.
It's a good life lesson.
So yeah, Zach must be like, there's something in San Diego's so friendly. Everybody poops in the bathroom.
Everybody poops in the bathroom.
Hey, there's an episode title for you. In the dark, women will be like, wait, what was their last episode called?
Do we really want to come on that show?
No, you know what I'm going to call it? Everybody poops ... in the bathroom. Also, I want to tell my barbershop story, and then I'm pretty sure I could pretty much move on after this. So here's what my children did in the middle of a military barbershop on Coronado Island. So we've been going there because Jay likes to get his beard trimmed there because it's, it's like $15 cash only, no appointments. You just like walk in and it's like a kind of fun atmosphere because I mean, these ladies clearly have been doing it for a while and like know everybody that comes in. And if they don't, they make you feel like they know them, which is what they've always done to us. So this year we were like, let's get, all your haircuts. So Zach got his haircut. It was fine. Alex got his hair cut. They let him do the little buzzer thing. He didn't cry or freak out. They did the vacuum thing to like clean off the extra hair around him. He was fine with it. He wanted to like pick it up and started like vacuuming the lady's arm and my arm. So he was totally cool. And they were like, oh my God, he's so sweet. Like, your boys are so cute. And I was like, thanks. So then it's Jay's turn to get his beard cut. And he's like the one that's all the way by the door. And there's a children's play section that's all the way. Anybody that's listening that's ever been in my house, it's like the length of like my wall to my wall. So there's, I think, 4 or 5 chairs. It's not a very big place, but they're on the other side in the children's play section. And Zach's playing with like this fire engine, and Alex comes over and picks up this toy dinosaur to play with. And Zach gets real mad and he's like, Alex, that's mine, and like rips it out of his hands. And Alex is like, this is not yours, not yours. So he rips it back out of Zach's hands. And Alex is again like literally, Zach is 42 pounds and Alex is 21 pounds. So literally half his size. So he rips it out of his hands. And then Zach rips it back and it's like back slams him and like, no, I'm playing with this. And Alex was clearly like, I am not backing down. So then he grabs it back. And also, so they're like doing this little thing for like a second. And then Zach like takes it and turns away from him. Alex then literally full on jumps on his back like this. And he's like, and starts fighting him. And so, Zach shakes him off, like flings him off. And Alex at this point is like, oh no, I'm pissed now. And gets back on him, like one leg on him, like hanging off. And he's like, and he starts biting him like with all of his might. And at this point, like, the only people in the store that aren't looking are Jay and the woman that's cutting his beard. Everyone else,
my kids don't know nothing.
Yeah, they're laughing at us. One of the ladies was like, "Oh, he's feisty," and I was like, "Yes, he is." So at that point, I'm cracking up, and I'm like, "Boys, like I gotta break them up," and it was just so freaking funny. So anyway, that was a fun thing that we did. We also
it was a fun thing that we did.
We also went to some great panels out there. We went to the Good Place panel, which is a broadcast favorite, and it was wonderful. So Mike Schur, I think is his name, the show creator, and he played Mose on The Office.
Right. I always forget that.
Who's Mose?
Mose is Dwight's
cousin.
Cousin, right? Yeah, cousin.
Okay.
Like the creepy looking
on the
cousin.
beef farm.
Yeah, he like the Amish guy with like the beard.
Yeah. Got it.
So it's him, 2 other EPs, I think, or showrunners rather, and then the whole cast. And the guy who plays Sean, the demon, is the moderator, and he's great. He is like, really, really funny because they tell these great stories about how, I don't know, I don't want to waste everybody's time, but like they have some really funny stories from scenes that, because they had a cast like blooper reel that they released right as it was done, and they talked about how there's a scene in this upcoming season where nobody is looking at the actor that plays Jason because he has like one line in the scene, and he managed to make them all laugh so hard that when Mike Schur came in an hour after call time, he came in to find out that they were an hour behind already because whatever he was doing, he was making them all laugh so hard, and that and then Darcy was like, watch it because nobody's looking at him because that's how we could get it. So Anyway, so there was a lot of really fun stories like that. Like Kristen Bell directed an episode last season. Apparently she was so far ahead of schedule that they were shooting scenes for the next day a day early. And everybody was like praising
Got
her.
It done.
A girl.
Yes.
Nothing she can't do.
Yes. So then this leads into this conversation where Jamila and Darcy and Kristen were like, Mike, we just want to tell you that this is the best production that we've ever worked on as women, where we appreciate how we've never been uncomfortable on set. There's equal amount of female writers and directors and production staff. And we appreciate that you always come up to us and say, like, what do you want to do and how can I make it happen? And we love that. We everyone that works with you, your production team, like your women really appreciate that you're using, your power to help us. And it comes out that there's an episode that was nominated for an Emmy this season, and it's directed by a woman, Valentina something. And she is the script supervisor and continuity director for the show. And she's also the continuity director for the Fast and the Furious movies. And she went up to him and said, hey, Mike, I'd really like to try my hand at directing. Can I direct an episode this season?
Wow.
And he was like, sure. And NBC was like, I don't really know. She's not a director. She's a continuity editor. And
which would make her a very good director, because their job is literally to make sure scene to scene everything is in the right place.
Exactly. And that's what he explained. And he was and I don't know if it was him that explained it or one of the actors on stage, but the story came out, and apparently he was like, she does this for the Fast and the Furious movies. That's a lot of explosions to keep track of continuity wise. If she can keep track of those, then I think she can handle a 23-minute episode of television. And, NBC had a lot of reserves, and he ended up saying that, he ended up letting her direct the episode, and now it's nominated for an Emmy. And
awesome.
Yeah.
So good.
And then that's, I think, when the women were all like, especially Jamila was like, I love being around like all of the women that are part of our production, and, thank you for that. So then it just turned into like one giant love fest, and it was great. And I was like, oh my God, I have to remember this story because the broads are going to love it.
Oh,
awesome.
I do. What a good story.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
If I needed one more reason to love that show more than I already do.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they said that the finale is going to be pretty emotional. So I know. And the cast was scheduled to get the script for the finale the night before the panel. But a couple of weeks ago, they were at another panel, and Ted Danson like inadvertently spoiled people. And he was like, so I can't give it out. Yes, I decided not to give it to everyone last night like I was supposed to, because I know Ted Danson would have spoiled you all on it already.
Old man Ted can't keep his mouth shut.
Well, that's in a way you can be very thankful, Colleen.
Exactly.
That would have been unfortunate.
I know, right? And then the Superstore panel was awesome. Yeah! It was super great. I know. Oh, I know you're not. And I gave you the scoop, so that was cool.
Damn. Suppose I should use the break to get caught up.
Yes.
You know what? Like I said, I was sick most of last week. I watched a lot of fucking
You
TV.
watched the whole 4th season in like 2 days.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's real impressive.
Which is
literally that was all I could do was lay around and watch TV.
The 4th
That's true. I do
season
need
is heavier than it tackles more real world issues than the comedy in the other seasons.
The 4th season?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, again, and this, I think I told you this, Colleen, and maybe it was because I was kind of like sick while I was watching it and just like binging so fast, but I liked it. I agree. Like, I didn't like the 4th season as much, but I still liked it. But I think that it's going to be a really, really good show on a rewatch, like a good show to rewatch.
It is
not that it's not a good show on the first watch, but shout out First Watch. No, First Awakenings. What? Okay, no. What is
First Watch?
First Watch.
Okay,
You were
I had it right. Okay, I doubted myself. Never doubt yourself. But yeah, I think on a rewatch, there's just going to be so many things that will be funnier the second time around because you already know the bit, and it's like the kind of stuff that gets funnier with repetition, and maybe I will notice a lot more things, and so maybe I'll appreciate the 4th season more. But
it's
not that I didn't appreciate it again, but no, I really like tackle about all those different kinds of topics.
Agreed. Oh, anyway, yeah, San Diego was super fun. I did a lot of geocaching while I was there. It was awesome.
Nice.
And that was about it. There was no divorce van. We take our yearly divorce van picture. That wasn't there. We should have taken another picture, but a picture of us in front of it. So I had this idea, but Alex was like completely losing his shit at that point because he wanted to walk without holding our hands in the street. And we were like, no, you can't walk without holding your hands in the street. You're going back in your stroller. So we put him in the stroller and it was full on meltdown. I'm not sure how he didn't like pass out from lack of oxygen from screaming so loudly because it was really bad. But, cool. My idea though was to take a picture in front of it for me to be like, yes. And Jay to be like, sad face. Oh, well, next year. Anyway, that's all I got. Shandy, the promised 30 minutes of your relatives to think of our next topic is up. Do we want to bring them in?
I think they may have just left, but let me.
Oh
no! I'm Frank. And David, what's your name?
David.
My God.
Cool. So, as everybody heard, for our next segment, we're joined by Shandy's fantastic French relatives. And we are going to do a little segment that was inspired by a thread on Reddit like 2 months ago, which was non-Americans of Reddit. What is the craziest rumor you heard about America that turned out to be true? Which I thought was really fun because who doesn't love to hear stereotypes? One of the examples here, just to set this up, is somebody said, I've had several German friends who were amazed that at house parties, everyone actually does drink out of red Solo cups. They thought it was just a weird thing people did in movies, and now they think it's a huge conspiracy or something, which I thought was hysterical, and it really hooked me because I was like, really? That's not a thing everywhere else? It's not a thing everywhere else?
It's just practical. Who wants to be doing all them dishes, washing all them glasses?
Well, speaking of, another one was they heard the rumor that they have garbage disposals in their kitchens, which is just so wild.
And we do. Garbage disposals?
Oh.
It is the thing having well water. It's the thing that I like most is a garbage disposal.
I don't have one. I don't have a garbage disposal. I don't have a dishwasher.
My sister. Sandrine.
Yes.
Okay, donc, did you hear what Colleen was saying?
No, I was not. No,
someone wasn't listening. Someone was not being a good student.
Okay, so she was giving. This is based on an article that is like stereotypes about America that proved to be true, and one of them was
craziest rumors you heard.
Yeah, craziest rumors that you heard that ended up being true. Things you were surprised about. Like for example, in movies, they see those red cups. We even have some downstairs. Like people actually use them. Yeah.
Okay. So le stéréotype le plus dingue que vous avez entendu, il parlait par exemple dans les films et tout quoi. Par exemple, vous parliez tout à l'heure des verres en fait, tout était écran et tout quoi. Donc il parlait de ça tout à l'heure.
Donc des trucs mais qui se sont
dans les films. Par exemple, vous voyez dans les films et qui se sont avérés vrais. Vous avez vu des films et qui sont avérés vrais ici.
Ou des choses qui vous ont sorti.
La sirène de la police.
Les pompiers. La sirène des pompiers.
Est-ce que ça, on a vu ça dans tous les films?
Les pompiers et la police.
Mais
ça, c'est un stéréotype de merde.
Bah ouais, mais on n'entend pas ça en France.
C'est claqué au sol, ça.
All right, first thing that Mathieu...
The Fox car.
Mathieu thinks it's a stupid one, but everyone else said sirens, the sounds of sirens. It's true that the sirens in France have a totally different sound.
C'est pas un cliché en fait.
Ouais, c'est juste un truc qui est différent. C'est pas un cliché.
C'est pas un cliché.
Ouais.
Est-ce que vous pensez que les Américains, par exemple, parlent fort par rapport aux Français?
Non, justement, ils parlent moins fort. Bah, à côté de moi, ils peuvent pas parler fort. Justement, ils parlent moins fort.
I'm just really glad they went with sirens, not guns.
Yeah, seriously.
Je suis super soulagée que vous parliez de sirène et pas de flingue.
No, we talk about that actually. We talk about downstairs about that. Like we're talking about like how they feel safer in the US than in France. Even if like knowing the fact like just everyone can have a gun, in a grocery store or anywhere.
But why?
Why? Okay, I'm gonna ask them. So, pourquoi vous vous sentez plus en sécurité ici qu'en France?
Alors que c'est
En fait, on
assez,
sent
alors que
mieux.
c'est assez bizarre parce
Donc.
que
Amanda, this is
ouais,
about to come
c'est assez bizarre parce qu'en fait,
episode ever.
on ne sait pas, mais il y a des gens qui ont
Oui.
certainement
Mais pourquoi vous vous sentez? Qu'est-ce qu'il fait?
Parce
des
que c'est
fringues dans leur
l'atmosphère.
pantalon.
Enfin, c'est plus grand.
Parce que
Du coup,
c'est
plus
grand.
aéré, tu vois. C'est plus. Je sais pas. En fait, tu te sens.
Parce
Ça
que
doit
les
être
gens-
la
on sent plus
proximité
mélangé.
avec les gens.
On sent
Et
plus
puis
mélangé.
les gens sont très sympas.
Ouais, les gens sont trop cool dans les restos et tout. On
C'est
se sent
grand.
plus intégré en fait.
On
On a plus l'impression qu'on est
on
dans
se
une
sent
ville qu'on
bien.
connaît plutôt que quand tu arrives à
Well,
Paris.
you don't have to edit
les
this
gens,
for
puis c'est
content.
propre.
On se sent bien, tu peux avoir
good
un
luck
rouge
trying to do
jaune
that.
avec un rouge, les gens.
On a
Andy,
regardé
what's happening?
en France.
En fait, il n'y a pas de,
Écoute, il y a-
préjugés par rapport aux gens.
Il y a
pas
un
de...
cliché,
I look forward to Shandy's
I heard
translation.
cliche.
a true stereotype, is that all the Americans drink coffee or soda in their car with a big glass of
That is true. That's a legit one.
I got that one.
But okay, so
So
we
there
just...
were, yeah. Oh no, go ahead.
No, Sandrine. Sandrine. Sandrine, my sister, you can call her Sandrine or Sandrine. Like, she was talking about like just she feels safer in the US because there's like more space and people are not next to each other. You know, it's like the promiscuity.
Proximity.
Yeah, the proximity with people is less. You know, it's like it's more. There's more space in the US, so maybe that the fact she feels like safer
But
here.
also that people are nice.
Yeah, also when she was talking about that, like she was talking about like Americans are really nice, you know. But also it's all the stereotypes you can hear on the media. Because I meet so many people all the time telling me like just, oh, you're French, so like just American people don't like French people. And like that's not true. It's everything, and it's still from the Bush, you know, era in 2004, from the Freedom Fries, it's all these things because President Chirac didn't want to go to war, so like they start to call this like Freedom Fries and saying like just, hey. Like French people don't like American people and vice versa. Like American people don't like French people. So it's a huge stereotype I hear all the time. And it's completely untrue. And then this is the first thing like people say all the time. Oh, French people don't like American people. You know?
Yes,
like,
we hear that all the time.
American
Yeah.
thing.
And it's like it's really bad. It's like okay, David wants to say something.
Et les gens sont
In
vraiment
English,
là
please,
pour t'aider
Sandrine.
aussi dans la rue. En fait, ils voient que tu cherches quelque chose, tout de suite ils s'arrêtent, ils te demandent s'ils peuvent t'aider, ils t'aident d'ailleurs
So
vraiment.
Sandrine, say something else. It's like about people like really nice in the streets. Like just when you ask something to someone in the street, they're gonna help you directly. Like unlike in France, you know, people like just live for themselves. And it's kind of like a paradox, you know, because I mean, France is also France is also, you know, a capitalist economy country, but it's like if you ask something to someone in the streets, you know, they're gonna say, "Hey, how are you? I don't want to talk to you. You're a stranger."
Nous, on est très individualistes.
But I was gonna
Shandy,
say that
David wants to say something.
and there is it's not.
Wait. Hold on. We have a follow-up question from the audience.
Very,
Wait.
En fait, il y a une question des personnes qui regardent.
Oh,
What
ouais.
is it?
The first thing is, I believe Amy noticed the Dropkick Murphys shirt and said, yes, we all talk like that. And 2, JP wants to know, how do they feel about Americans calling it French kissing?
Ah, ok. Question avant ta réponse. Quelqu'un a demandé, je sais pas si vous savez, mais en fait, rouler une pelle, en anglais, on dit
mais c'est pourquoi il est gros?
Embrasser à la française.
Oui, French
French kiss.
Ah, mais French
Yes.
kiss, c'est juste quand on dit bonjour, on roule pas une pelle à 12 secondes.
You know, like
Non.
Well done.
What do you think about
Mais
French?
est-ce que vous pensez
rouler
que
une
c'est
Nice and so classic.
I'm trying to set you up for some Instagram clips.
French
En tant que Français, qu'est-ce que
c'était
vous...
c'est juste un bisou.
It's,
Ah, on croyait que c'était juste pour des bonjours.
I'm feeling very proud to have a French kiss with
Bon,
an
en fait, c'est
American
comme nous, c'est comme
expression.
chez nous, quoi. Les Américains, ils roulent des pelles, quoi.
But
Ouais, mais c'est français, apparemment.
why I don't know. What's
On ne t'avait pas nié quand ça.
is American
Ne regarde pas, c'est eux que tu
Parle
regardes.
français.
French kiss more good than American.
That's probably true.
But
I really do agree with that.
the choice was very different. It's not a stereotype, but in American we see a lot of flag of American in on the house. Mm-hmm. In France, we don't see that. Just when France win champions World Cup. But in France, if you have a flag of France, you was assimiled as a nationalist.
Yep.
And
that's good.
I think in USA it's different because there is very many lot of flag of American. And
Americans
I always
love
see
Fox News says that if you don't, hump a flag every day, you're not American.
People are not a nationalist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. In France, it's like very right wing, kind of crazy if you put a flag up.
You understand what I say?
Yeah.
Right wing if you're nasty. Oh my God, this now has become Gott's favorite episode ever.
There's something about the flags because it's really interesting. Like, just I think it's something when you, for French people, maybe for European people, it's really like something really. Hey, how are you?
Hi.
It's something. Same thing for me. When I moved to the US, I was seeing all the time like flags everywhere, and it's really a culture shock. For that, like just but in France, you do not like put any flag outside of your house, otherwise you're gonna be like a person. People's gonna look like a nationalist or like.
Right. To be fair, a lot of that started after.
But also, you have to know about like French people are less patriotic than American people,
right?
In general, so. Yeah, basically, we don't care about the flag in case when the French soccer team, wins the World Cup. Like
right.
Just to remind you, like
well, our flag obsession has always
the Americans.
Yes, also with the American, yeah. But now I can say because I'm American citizen, so it's anyway. Yeah, but you should go back to David. You wanted to say something.
Yes.
Our flag obsession has always been there, but it got really blown out of proportion after 9/11.
Right, because traditionally you're really only supposed to get your flag up on the holidays.
Difference. Where you're in France, when you look your GPS, you say in 2 kilometers turn left. In USA, in 100 miles, turn left.
Oh yeah.
Yep, we're the only ones still clinging to that standard. What do they call that?
The imperial.
Yes, all in America is like square.
Yeah.
Also, just one more thing, metric system is better.
It is certainly more logical.
I'm so sorry. It's definitely better.
Americans are slow to learn new things.
Yes. The problem is when you grow up with that system. Then
Any more questions?
Any more questions? Anything from the chat?
On peut parler
des chat.
Dites-leur qu'est-ce que vous avez aimé le plus aux États-Unis so far.
So they just, as I was saying earlier, they just did like a whole road trip and.
Comment on dit la pomme de douche? Parce qu'on peut dire ce qu'on n'aime pas aussi.
Yeah.
La pomme de douche.
They don't like the shower head.
Yes.
Yes, because it doesn't detach.
Oh, see, I don't like a detachable shower head. That's
I do, and that's definitely your apartment problem.
No, then
Si la pression on la boit, mais après
there's some disagreement about the water pressure.
I really don't know what you're doing in the shower, but
no, that's legit. Good water pressure is very important.
I have one last question. Oh, two, I guess. The first one is, what is your favorite American movie? And the second one is, do you guys love Beyonce as much as we do?
Good questions.
Première question, quel est votre film américain préféré?
Oh.
I didn't hear the word Beyonce, Shandy.
Clockwork one.
Can I answer?
Clockwork Orange.
Oh yeah.
It's
classic.
It's a really good movie, but maybe Pulp Fiction.
Pulp
Oh.
Fiction.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay.
American history.
American history.
Yes.
Yes.
Fiction, ouais.
Definitely, American History X, Clockwork Orange, and Pulp Fiction are the 3 movies.
You?
My parents watching Zorro.
We're still watching in France, actually, every week, every day.
Nice. Zorro is still on TV in France.
The movie, like the Antonio Banderas?
You mean the Catherine Zeta-Jones movie?
Oh, the Catherine Zeta. Yeah.
Oh, she's so beautiful in that movie. Oh,
She's so
God.
beautiful just in general.
I know.
Is it them specifically or in France?
Both.
Est-ce que vous...
American movie. If it's made by French
no,
people, it doesn't
Beyonce.
count.
Yeah, second question. Did you want from them specifically or from France in general?
The love of Beyonce.
Yes.
Both. At them personally, as well as how they feel as a country. Beyonce is
France
embraced.
love Beyonce. Like,
Je
is
veux
she...
savoir si la France adore Beyoncé. Comme elle.
Not for me.
Mais la France, c'est ce que vous entendez parler de ça en France. Les jeunes.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you got Beyonce at school?
We are
No,
radio.
not at school, but the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, follow-up question. Who is the French Beyonce?
La star américaine, vous entendez plus parler à part Beyoncé.
Trump.
Frank asked, who's the American star that you hear the most about besides Beyonce? And they said Trump.
Yeah, but favorably.
Really star is...
Ces perruques dans nos forêts.
Lady Gaga.
Oh, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Drake.
Drake.
No, he's Canadian.
He's Canadian.
Canadian.
Oh, he's Canadian.
He's Canadian?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
Okay.
Mais vous pourrez, vous êtes bien.
Okay, my drink is empty, so we have to refill.
Yes, you do.
Mine is full.
Moi, je m'en fous pas, j'ai pas 21 ans.
I went through a whole beer in your segment, so cheers. Thank you guys so much. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. That's all I know.
French kiss.
Okay, for anybody listening at home, Frank is definitely Frenching Shandy's.
Bye. Good to see you.
Very nice to meet you and see you again,
Good to
Frank.
see you. Yeah, bye, Frank.
Really long and kind of a clusterfuck, but hopefully okay.
The most French episode ever.
Yeah.
5 Frenchies on a bed.
Yeah, my bed was like moving.
And it's like, what's that nursery rhyme where it's like, "Ba-da-da-da," and the little one said, roll over, roll over.
There were 5 in the bed. Yeah. Yeah, you would think I would know having Anyway, okay, cool. We're going to come back and
rock this mother out.
Rock this motherfucker out.
Perfect.
And then, yeah, cool.
Great.
All right. Well, thank you to Shandy's French family for coming on and educating us, because that was actually way more awesome than I even imagined. And this was like literally the most French episode that we've ever had. So cool.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And
I realized they were all gonna come.
yeah.
Oh, gang.
And they all did. That said, we have a bunch of people in the chat tonight because this is our live episode. So I want to give a shout out to Got Tequila, JP, Kayla, Amy, Sherry, Dennis,
Hey.
Will.
Hey, Will.
Hey,
I
Will.
know it's been so long. Hey,
It's been
Will.
so long.
Matt Loves TV, Elena, Greg, Jay is out there. I think I've got everybody. So thanks everybody who showed up tonight. And again, if you'd like to become a patron, patreon.com/JayandJack. And you can have as much fun as we have had tonight. And let me tell you this, I can assure you that what you're listening to right now on the iTunes feed is literally only 70% of what was recorded tonight. So probably want to be there. We had French
grand
people.
old time.
We had 5 French people on one bed.
Yeah, we're very multicultural here. You're very cosmopolitan.
Or at the very least, we're very European. And if nothing else, we learned that they do not like that we call them freedom fries.
Yep.
Which I just almost called Frito fries, which I would also be kind of okay with. Right? That wouldn't be like an offense.
Sounds really good. That sounds really good.
Oh, sorry, I was sneezing, but yes, no, I love that. I think we should have a Frito fry. I actually
Frito
really
fry!
super want one now, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do some feedback. Here we go. So, to start off, Second Assault posted a new update.
Yeah, they released the film.
Yay!
Hooray! Right now, it's released exclusively through Huffington Post, which is pretty cool. I didn't know they did that. So yeah, it went out earlier this week. I posted a link in the Jane Jack Facebook group, but I suppose we can put the link as well in the show notes. So if you haven't seen it yet, please do yourself a favor and watch. It's certainly very, very emotional. So yes, if you are a survivor of sexual assault in any way, it might be a little triggering for you, but I do recommend trying to watch it because I think it really is a very beautiful film, and I love how honest and open Jillian was in sharing her story.
And maybe when we come back, we can review it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if not, we come back sometime in the episodes that are released. I don't know, one of the August episodes. So just listen to it before August, and one of the August episodes.
Yes, it's a short doc. It's only like 20 minutes long.
Exactly.
Quick watch.
Also, I will include this Huffington Post link in the show notes, so you can watch it online for free.
Great.
All right, moving into some facey back. Kim says, Shandy, does your butt have a SAG card?
You know it.
So would your butt's like registered SAG name be Shandy's butt?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like your butt's
Yeah,
going to
sounds
need
about
a few more rolls before it is eligible.
Oh, no.
Wow. Well then.
Oh, no, so wrong.
Yeah. I'm really doing good with the words today. I'm doing real good with the words.
To quote Amanda, words and words and words and words.
Yep. So good. So good.
And words. So good.
I'm just like Charlie Brown with the jokes tonight.
Rose said Broad's Day is the best day, especially when it's Amanda and Daniel's birthday. Woohoo!
Yay!
Also, Matt pointed out that last episode, which was episode 138, was episode 69 times 2, which I feel like I missed that opportunity. I also have not backed up this math, so I just trust you, Matt.
Yep.
JP said, just getting ready to wash my hands.
Thank you for being a hand washer.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
A post-pee hand washer.
A post-pee hand washer.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming this is in response to my story where I went into the unisex bathroom and the toilet seat was up. And I was like, come on, home rules apply.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Put the toilet seat down and wash your hands.
Yep. Oh,
exactly. Gail said, love, love, love corn on the cob, marinated hot dogs from the ground. Not so much. Drake, I know Zach was helping you grill. You didn't happen to drop a hot dog or two. And then I guess we'll move into some That's what she said.
I just do better when I'm bouncing off the two of you.
That's legit. It's pretty high standard to set to have your butt on HBO.
My biggest thing was that. And I think we covered it pretty extensively yesterday. Cheers.
It only works in that order.
Every time she opens her mouth, I'm like, I love you.
It's hard to leave once you start.
I guess I know what you'll be doing.
All these hot dogs are the same.
He ends up getting it all over himself. Sounds like he needs a pee shield.
Yep. Pretty slappy.
Jay said, or you could just put it down like we have to pick it up to pee. I believe that was just making fun of whatever I just read. Clarify. The seat.
The seat. Just,
I would say
swimming
if we're going to go by like a simple percentage of how many times the seat needs to be down for a person to use it versus how many times the seat needs to be up for a person to use it, because men also take shits. That clearly goes towards the higher percentage of it needing to be down.
Also, it's more dangerous if you go to sit and the seat is accidentally up.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Like, it's more of a hazard to do it that way, like, as opposed to just, you can see it, you can see that it's down, and you can lift it and go about your business.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you're sitting down, it's too late. You can't
and it's more of an eyesore.
It's true. It just doesn't look nice.
No.
Truth.
Come on.
And germs, actually both, like, the lid should be down when it's not in use as well. You should put the lid down actually before you flush, because germs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything comes down and you flush, and then you move on.
That's what she said. This has elicited a lot of comments in the chat, in which Amy said, "I have made that mistake in the middle of the night." Yeah,
Frump never leaves the toilet seat up, and for that, I didn't even realize that I should be thankful, because for me it was just a given. But yeah.
Well, I think if you just get into the habit of putting both sexes get into the habit of putting this lid and everything down, then there we are.
Yeah,
that's what I think that's the moral of the story.
Yep, don't be gross. Put down the lid. Wash your hands. Don't eat hot dogs off the ground.
Guys, this is totally a fucking Daniel Tiger song. So the original song is like, clothes on, eat breakfast, something, go to school. So I feel like it's like, toilet seat down, make pee-pee, toilet seat up, flush toilet, go to eat breakfast.
Oh wait, no, wash your hands first.
Wash your hands. Yeah, okay, wait, let me start this again then. Hold please. Make pee-pee, close toilet seat, wash, shut, I don't know, whatever I just said, but wash your hands in there.
And most importantly, wash your hands. Okay.
My biggest thing was that, and I think we covered it pretty extensively yesterday. I have no idea if that was mine or not, but I went for it.
Oh, right. There we were.
There we go. Yeah. It only works in the other order.
Oh, wait. We've read all of these. Every time she opens her mouth, I'm like, I love you. I read that already.
Well, it's a second chance, okay? He ends up getting it all over himself.
I'm going to put
now we're
there
caught up.
Yeah, there we go. So it's easier to grab.
I'm down here for that.
Squat and gobble lived. What?
Squat and gobble.
Yeah. Squat and gobble lived up to the recommendation.
I stand by that statement.
This woman's not showing up. Let's do this.
We're not even halfway done yet, you guys.
I wouldn't take it either.
I hear going south is a lot easier than going north.
I happen to have it in my browser still.
I'm sorry, guys. This is going to take a while to get out.
You totally could have come to me.
So good. Thank you for sharing that.
Frank also puts it under. That's uncomfortable.
I just put it on and spin it around.
I'll be real quick.
Every time I'm pregnant, I can't do the hot dog.
I feel pleased now thinking of it.
We're on it now.
It happens to a lot of Americans.
I think you put it better than I ever could.
Get it in now.
Oh, good times. All right, moving on. We have a voicemail from Mike. Here we go.
Hello, broadcast. It's Michael, listener Michael. My feedback about San Diego, which I'm sure Taylor's been talking about. So some of the highlights for me, of course, seeing everyone evening, even when people don't get me out in the hallway soon enough to see Supergirl. Superstore was a great panel. Really enjoyed Superstore quite a bit. Dina was amazing. Or the actress who plays Dina, who I don't remember her name. Fantastic. I went to the HR Puffin Stuff 50th anniversary panel, which was fantastic. I went to the, what else did I do? I don't even remember. I went to the Jay and Jack panel, of course, which I almost missed. I was laying in bed playing a game, and Renee was like, "Are you going to the panel?" I'm like, "Sure," at 11:30. No, it was at 11 o'clock, and it was 5:11, and we had to run over there. So Connor and I ran over, went to the panel, which was great. I learned a lot about the final season of Lost in that panel. And overall, just, it's always good catching up with everybody, having fun. Saw Baby Fuckface was there, who blew up Baby Fuckface was there, which was fantastic. I wouldn't even get to near that, but I did take a selfie with it. I believe Colin J got a nice photo with Baby Fuckface. Yeah, always good in San Diego. It's always nice, great weather, fantastic time with good people. So there's my San Diego recap. Until next year in San Diego, good times.
Okay, so what Mike is referring to with Baby Fuckface is Baby Trump was there, and
right.
I took a picture with it. Yeah. It was like a $1 to $5 suggested donation to help them bring Baby Trump everywhere. So we did, and we took a picture. It's, if you're in the PO group, it's up there. And we're like, super middle fingering it. But it was funny because Mike was like, "I'm not doing that." And I was like, "Really? You're not?" And then we were walking away, and I did notice the selfie. He was like, "I left a donation, okay?" And I was like, "All right, I'm not judging." But yeah, good times. And then the Supergirl story actually is the Melissa Benoit was staying in the room next to Jay and, Zach and I and Lexi. And so diagonally across from Mike, because we were all staying in one square. And so our group had plans to meet in the hallway at 6:00, and it was like 5:55, and I'm putting my makeup on and my earrings on still, and the boys were clamoring at the door, and I hear a commotion in the hallway, and I poke my head out because I'm thinking, oh, it's got to be our group. Everybody's on the same floor. Well, with the exception of a couple of people, but most of us are on the same floor. That must be them that I hear. So I poke my head out, and it's a group of women, and two of these women are so beautiful and just so skinny. And I'm thinking, oh, wow, they're beautiful and skinny, but nothing else, right? And I look at them and they look at me, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm waiting for a group to meet me in the hallway to get ready to go to dinner. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were them. And they were like, oh, okay. But in that time, Alex, who was standing right by the door, runs out into the hallway. And there is 2 dogs in the hallway. So the woman who's staying to the left of us has a dog, and the woman that's staying to the right of us has a dog. And Alex loves animals, so he, goes up to them, and the very skinny blonde woman says, "Hold out your hand." To Alex, she's like, "It's okay, honey." She's very nice with him. Both of them, both of the women who had the dogs were very, very, very sweet with him. And hold out your hand, and the dogs end up licking his face and his hand, and he's so happy because he loves animals. And Zach is out there, and he has this Jurassic Park toy, and he's like, "I have a toy too, and it's dinosaurs." And she's like, "Oh, okay, let me see." And he explains this dinosaur toy to her. And, it's all this whirlwind that happens within 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. And everybody's sitting there chit-chatting. And then she's like, the group is like, "Okay, we got to go." And they all leave. And the second that they leave, Jay is like, "You know who that was, right? That was Supergirl." And I was like, I watched that show, and I did not recognize her with X. She's just a very different person. And it was very sweet. And the funny thing is, Jay ended up going to the Kevin Smith panel after that. And she was on that panel, and he sends me a picture of her, and he was like, "Look familiar?" And I was like, oh my God, that was absolutely her. And the wonderful part about this story is we had a layover in our airplane on the way home, and Alex saw a little service dog there, and he held out his hand like she taught him to. And I was like, oh, that's really sweet.
Oh, that is sweet.
So anyway, they were super nice. And it's great that I didn't recognize who they were because I would have been super awkward so there's a new show on CW this upcoming season for Nancy Drew. And I saw the pilot, I saw the panel. It's really good. I'm very excited. And the entire cast was also staying on my floor. And I saw them and I was like, I said to Nick, I was like, I want to say something to them. And he was like, okay, go ahead. Because Nick is very good about going up to celebrities and like being very charming and disarming. He's like, okay, go ahead. And I was like, will you walk with me? Because people aren't scared of you. So like, we walk up to them with Alex. And I was like, so I couldn't bring myself to get more than like maybe 8 feet. And I was like, I just wanted to let you women know that I really loved your panel and I love Nancy Drew and I hope the best for you. And I stopped like that. It's so awkward. I'm like, okay. And they look at me because none of them had any. So the only person in that cast that really has any fan experience is Scott Wolf. Everybody else is a newbie. And like, they're looking at me like, do you want a picture? Do you want to talk more? Like, do you want to praise me? And they were still looking at me like, very like,
that's it.
Yeah. And I was just like, okay, well, good luck. And I walk away and I do this like with my hand. I'm like, good luck. And I walk away and Nick was like, you blew it, right? And I was like,
oh.
I might have been that.
I need to throw salt on it.
No. But he didn't. He didn't really, because I was just like, it's who I want to be, but I just can't be. But I hope that they tell the story of that random weird lady that walked up to them with a baby next year. Anyway, it was really fun. And then to finish this up, we have another email from JP. We've got an email from JP and an email from Andy, and then I guess we'll get out of here. And
all right. Yeah. So JP writes in, I'm converted. And he says, hey, ladies, I hope you are all doing well and found your ways home from all of your travels problem-free. Almost. Until recently, I was a devout follower of science. When someone around me sneezes, I'll say science and not with some blessings. But all that changed when the universe stepped in to kick Amanda's ass.
What?
Let's recap. Ro and I were stuck on the streets of New York with no access to our vehicles. We were practically whoring ourselves for a place to stay. Desperately, we reached out to our friend Amanda and explained what happened, hoping the dethroned local queen of Cards Against Humanity would offer a place to stay. The universe must have been listening and cried with us during the $150 Uber ride to Rose versus
$150
versus the $250 subway ride to Brooklyn. Hell, Ro even made me sleep on an inflatable bed because she sleeps nude.
Oh.
Now here comes the universe stepping in to kick Amanda's butt and dish it out to her during her return trip. Poor Daniel had to be dragged into it. Not even his fight. Long live the universe. JP from the universe.
To be fair, you guys didn't tell me that this was happening until you were in the car. Of course you could have come stayed with me, you crazy person. Don't try and put this on me. You could have stayed with me.
I did enjoy this, though.
Yes.
Thank you, JP.
Oh, my God.
Next time somebody sneezes, I'm going to say, science.
Science!
Also, I think JP from the universe is his new name.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Thanks, JP. And then we'll finish this up with an Andy update.
So we're going to change it up this week, and I'm going to read Andy's email, because why should Shandy have all the fun?
Oh! This is your first time for Andy.
This is my first time for Andy.
Oh.
Yeah. So here we go. I hope I do okay. No pressure.
You know what? No pressure. He won't know.
That's true. Pressure's off. Just have fun. Enjoy yourself. This will be fine. Okay.
Don't worry. I'll edit that out. It's a bad joke. It was mean.
That's okay. I've had nothing but very poor taste jokes all episode. It makes me feel a little better when someone else lets one slide.
I'll keep it in then. Cool.
Okay. Andy says, "Hey, broads. It's been pretty quiet recently. Haven't mustered up the motivation to do a lot of job searching. Like my adventures online dating, it can be tough to move past my insecurities. Looking to see what's there, I more often think of what I don't have to offer than what I do. In fact, online dating and job searches are pretty similar, but with fewer dick pics, I assume. I'm sure I'll be fine, but I just need to stick to it. Job searching, not sending dick pics, which should go without saying, is something really I never do. Switching topics. I totally forgot to wish Amanda a happy birthday. That's totally okay. I'm sure you already went over the highlights, but hopefully it was less turbulent than your last trip. It was. Thanks. Also worth noting, I saw American Pie turn 20 years old earlier this month. That is insane. Thank God I never made one of those packs, although at this point I wonder if my friends would shift from making fun of me to having some type of respect for how long it's taken. Hashtag I'm with hers, Andy.
I saw that in theaters.
I did too.
And thought it was so great.
I know that so earlier this season or earlier last season, we shit on American Pie. We talked about it because we watched
Blockers.
Nope.
But we did do that. That was
Natasha
the thing we should
Leone's thing.
Russian Doll?
Yes, we talked about it when we watched Russian Doll.
Seriously?
Yes,
Wow.
because she was in American Pie, and we talked about how
Of course.
that might not hold up.
Interesting.
And-
Good memory. I would have assumed that we talked about it when we were talking about Blockers.
We talked about it not holding up when we talked about Russian Doll. And
her character holds up.
Her character holds up.
Yeah.
And I have to say, like, I agreed with it at the time, but reading all these, like, 20th anniversary things, like, they brought up just different perspectives. Not like that it was right and is still right, but just the way, commentary on, society at the time. And looking past it, and I'm kind of like, damn, I kind of do, and I feel guilty, like, admitting this on the broadcast, but I kind of do want to rewatch it and be,
I don't think it's so guilty about. I think that's the wonderful beauty of life is like you can both like and appreciate something and also criticize it for its shortcomings at the same time. And I think that we often forget that.
Yeah, we do.
I agree that it's very much a marker of its time. So of course it's going to be nostalgic for us. It's like very much marked our generation, like a ton. And there are still things to this day that are like references to that movie. So
good and bad.
Right. Because to your point that like as a human, we continue to grow. We don't, whereas a film is frozen in time and does not change and does not grow along with us.
So since we're in the age of super reboots, I would love to see 20 years later, Jason Biggs' kid and Stifler's kid and Shitbrick kid, like.
Hey, you say that out into the universe. I'm sure it's in the works.
I'm sure it is.
I'm
but
sure.
We need a American Pie sequel with Jason Biggs acting as Eugene Levy and Eugene Levy acting as Eugene Levy. So let's just make that happen.
Although by this point it'll be like the 4th installment.
Everything's a reboot nowadays. It's fine. I would watch the fuck out of that at least once in the theater or on home video. I don't know. I'd watch it at least once on something.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, everyone who tuned in to listen. We really appreciate it. These are our patrons at the Hangout level patrons, and they get to listen to other things also on the network. If you like my Patreon, patreon.com/JaneJack. We'd really appreciate that. Otherwise, go to janejack.com and click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the website. I don't know. Some point we're going to have another bonus episode. Next week, we are 100% for our regular episode going to do the In the Dark interview. They're fantastic, and I'm very excited to talk to them. If you listen to this before Tuesday, July 30th, we would really like to hear any questions. And we're recording earlier than usual, so get them in as early as you can. thebroadcasters3@gmail.com. If you have anything for our normal episodes, you can do thebroadcasters3@gmail.com or give us a call at 331-276-2373. We will be recording, I don't know, a lot of stuff next week on Monday and Tuesday, and then we'll be off for a little bit. We will have new content for you, though. Stay tuned for the bloopers. It's going to be great. Check out Broad Little Lies if you're a Big Little Lies listener. We've had some really great discussions over the last couple of weeks about that show, and I think that's it. Did I miss everything? Anything? Oh, Squishy Face. I'm going to pose this question for all the listeners out there and talk about it next week. So, I was told by Kayla, and then it was backed up by Jay and Mike and whoever else was in San Diego, that when I do selfies, I do something called Squishy Face, which is I touch faces. In my opinion, I touch faces gently with the person that's next to me. In their opinions, I squish my face up and make everybody else look bad. And I would like to hear from people, because I told everybody at work, and everybody in my generation was like, huh? That's how you do it. So I would like to know, how do you do a selfie? Do you touch faces with the person next to you because you care about them and you're like, oh my God, you're my friend, selfie, yay? Or do you act like cold and bitter against them and not want to have anything to do with them? Just a question. Okay, I'm going to throw that out there. Thebroadcasters3@gmail.com. Cool. On that note,
that was sharp.
I was pretty bitter about this.
Yeah, that was real sharp.
I had to take like 150 selfies because everyone was like, you're doing it wrong still. And I was like, I am doing it fine. This is how I always do selfies. And they were like, it's not how you do them right. And I was like, I don't get it.
Is there a right way to do a selfie?
Apparently there fucking is for the generation that comes after us.
Oh, those what are they, Gen Z?
I don't know. Anyway, let's wrap this puppy up.
Cool.
Okay, well, on that note, I really do need like notepads that say on that note. That'd be great. Anyway.
We can make that happen.
I'm sure I could. On that note, thank you to the patrons that contribute at a certain level. That would be Tack from Tokyo, Eckhart Rickner, Drake the Distributor, Joanne with the Plan, Maggie the Magnificent, and Ed the Creepy Mailman. Thanks, guys.
Yay.
Thank you to Shandy's relatives. Thank you to everybody that's going to future emails about In the Dark. And thank you to everybody listening. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.